The BRICS bloc of emerging economies just got bigger. 5 new members have joined the China-dominated grouping, among them Saudi Arabia, Iran and Ethiopia, but not Argentina, who pulled out at the last minute. We'll get into that and plenty more on this subject with my guest, Guntram Wolf, economist at the German Council on Foreign Relations. Thanks a lot for being with us. Is this a big moment for the existing and new members of BRICS?
Well, look, I think for the BRICS, it's been always a concept to expand and to be some sort of a counterweight to the G7. And so, yes, having 3 countries joining is an important moment for the BRICS.
Yeah, so let's have a look at the expansion itself then and how BRICS has developed since its inception back in 2009. Originally, it was just Brazil, Russia, India and China in what was just called BRIC. South Africa then joined a year later to add the S to the end. And as of January, the 1st of this year, 5 new members have joined: oil-rich Saudi Arabia, Iran and UAE, as well as Egypt and Ethiopia in Africa. And Argentina you can just see in dark grey here. That's because it initially was part of the plans to expand, but pulled out last minute. So Guntram Wolf from the German Council on Foreign Relations. What does this expansion mean for the stated aims of BRICS and that counterbalance that it wants to provide to the West?
Well, look, when you look at the map, I think the first thing that you notice is that the countries that joined are oil-producing countries, right? I mean, there's Saudi Arabia and Iran. I mean, these are 2 major oil-producing countries. And you might wonder, why do these 2 countries join BRICS? And the obvious explanation is that, of course, they look towards Asia, and in particular, they look towards China as a major purchaser, as a major buyer of their oil. Their oil increasingly is exported in that region and not to the West. The West, we want to green our economies, we get out of fossil fuels. The Americans produce their oil themselves. So for them, it's really a good opportunity to really forge new alliances. And these new alliances are alliances that are primarily based on commercial interests, but, that also have this philosophical shared sense of, we just don't want to be just subscribed under a Western-led rules-based order. We want to have our own order.